Don't waste your time listening to crappy headphones. You deserve better than what's in the box. With the Clarity HD headphones, listen your way, Bluetooth, analog, or digital. Find yours at plughitzlive.com/monster.
Hi, my name's Allante. I'm from PLuGHiTz Live, a part of the Tech Podcast Network. I'm here with Jan, a part of the company uSens, and we're here to talk about a bit of a different type of virtual reality device. So what do we have here, Jan?
So what we see as one of the big problems for virtual reality is the interaction. And you need to get hands into VR. And what we developed is a device that image your hands using two IR cameras, and they will image your hand. So when you move your hand in front of these cameras, you will actually see your hand embedded into the virtual reality. So you can pick up things, you can hold things, and you can basically interact with others and items.
That's really cool. What was the motivation to develop this?
So what we saw as a problem was that you don't have a good way of interact in virtual reality. There are touch screens, there are controllers, game controllers, and that works great for games, but it doesn't work well when social interaction is going to be. If you're just going to like touch a real quick, like you get a phone call, which we see as the future. You're going to have calls coming in. You want to pick it up, you just want to touch in thin air, and you want to pick up that call and you want to start talking. You don't want to move around with controllers. You don't want to have a touchpad. You don't want to have these floating controllers that I'm sure everyone has tried in HTC.
Yes, indeed. That is kind of the trend now, is the floating controllers.
Exactly.
So using the word social, that's more of your focus with this device, is more social than like gaming and things like that?
Yeah, correct. So I think gaming is a niche, and that's always where everything starts. And I think that Oculus, they started with gaming. They're not going to stay in gaming. They're going to use their enormous social network to build social VR. And we've seen other, Linden Labs with Second Life is building, they've announced their Sensor VR, amazing product, and you see VTime, AltSpace, they're all getting in there, and they're growing fast, those networks. And there you need the social, hands are very important for social interaction. You can't just have a controller like Facebook has right now that puts up a finger. That's it.
Yeah. So. And I agree. I agree 100%. It's that is kind of the weirdness that comes with interacting with with virtual reality. Is since you can't see your hands, you kind of have to make a guess.
Yes, exactly.
And so I can see where this kind of comes into play.
Yeah.
So what kind of technology do we have inside of this device?
It's a very simple technology. So it's just two infrared cameras, ordinary cameras from like OnSemi or Omnivision, and 3 LEDs. So our technology is based on our algorithms that run this. So it's very easy to scale, and it's very cheap to scale. So you could build, even on a Google Cardboard, which we have here, you can cheaply build that in, embed it in. So for anyone who want to have, cheap headsets, this is the cheapest way to get hand tracking into it.
And I like cheap.
Yes. Consumers like cheap and they like accurate. And this is going to be the most accurate, and it's going to be the cheapest way for anyone to embed into their existing technologies and headsets.
I think those are perfect points. Everything is about money, and at the same time, it's also about how well does it work.
That's right.
Because normally it's you get what you pay for.
Yes.
But in this case, it's almost sounding like it's a different story.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, what you see with all the headsets that are out today, the HTC and Oculus and so forth, they're dumb. They're really just a screen. There's no sensors in terms of like sensing the environment. And I think that's going to be the future. There's going to be more and more sensors built onto it, and hand tracking is going to be one of them. And there's going to be room tracking, scale tracking, which we also are working on developing. And so that's going to be the future of the headset. It's all going to be embedded. It's not going to be these add-on devices. It's not going to be controllers, etc.
Now, when I was looking at you guys demonstrate this, I noticed they were hooked up to your mobile phones.
That's right.
And things like that. So, so you get to interact with your environment through this device, directly. So are we kind of moving towards that Iron Man age, where we've got the pop-out screens and, touching things in midair?
I hope so. I really hope so. We believe that's the way it's going, and it's going to be mobile. We don't believe in tethered to PCs where it is right now, so we've been focusing on mobile. And yes, you're going to be doing your work in VR. You're going to have all the screens in front of you, and you're going to touch the screens in thin air. Basically, Minority Report without the glove.
I love it. I love it. That's great. Now I'm going to ask these 3 golden questions.
All right.
This is what these people are wondering. Where can we find this product? When is it going to release? And how much are we looking at? What's the damage?
So right now we have released this for developers. It's available for $100 and we will ship it. It's on our website, they can buy it there. And it's specifically made for developers. Our goal is to sell this directly to the headset makers so that it's embedded, because we believe that's the future. But right now, developers can get a hand on this if they contact us.
That's awesome. Well, is it available now?
It should be available in a couple of weeks on the website. The website is ready to go, so it's up and running in a couple of weeks.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, sir, thank you very much for showing off your awesome product. I like to see things that are different, and these are the guys who I like to talk to. So thank you very much. And if for all of this coverage and more, please tune in to PLuGHiTzLive.com, and we'll be covering all the rest of CES 2017. Stay tuned.